Hello, welcome back. My name's Daniel Gormally. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, which is called Hometown Chess Hero. Today I want to talk about prodigies. So all through chess history, it's been famous for prodigies. Famous examples of that date back from the early times of modern chess, back to the times of Paul Morphy, who was a chess prodigy. Jose Capablanca was also a chess prodigy. I think there's a famous story of Morphy's dad playing against his uncle, and Morphy suggested a better move when he was like 8 or something. I can't remember the exact story, maybe even younger than that. Probably younger than that. And of course, if you look at some of the greatest players in history, like Bobby Fischer, Garry Kasparov, Magnus Carlsen, they all kind of tipped their hat early. So they showed that potential very early on. More recently, we've had people like Pragananda come along, Gukesh, Firouzja, Abdul Sattarov won a rapid play at a very young age. So any number of very good young players. I've probably forgotten about some others. Vincent Keimer, for example. But there's one player that I played earlier today, and I lost to him on chess.com. He's 10 years of age. So he's the same age as the kids that I normally teach around about this time at local school. And I couldn't imagine losing to them. Obviously, I lost to him, and it was a fair result. He is genuinely, I would say, GM strength at Blitz. No doubt about it. He's stronger than me. He's higher rated than me. I'm about 2,800. He's just over 2,800. And I'm not a weak GM. I wouldn't say I'm a strong GM. But I'm probably not a weak GM. Inverted commas. So I don't know if we can look at that game. Hang on. No, server error. There's a server cooldown. We could talk about this player. So his name is Faustino Oro. I believe that's Oro is like a kind of wine bottle. But yeah, so talk about him, and they say how he became the youngest player to achieve an IM norm in history. I seem to be like the recipient of all these kids. I remember losing to Murugan, Fermachuchlian from Sri Lanka, but living in England. His family was from Sri Lanka, but he's English. He ended up giving up, actually. I lost to him when he was 10 in a rapid play in Richmond. So it was on a Sunday morning. I had a rook against knight and pawns, and I was probably winning, but somehow I managed to screw it up and lose the game. And I think at the time he was the youngest person ever to beat an IM. So I was an IM back then. I ended up coaching him after that, but he ended up quitting chess. So there's a little bit of a warning bell. You can overhype these talents, and it's not guaranteed what they'll do in the future. They might decide, look, I don't like chess. But there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with this kid. He's referred to as a Messi of chess, incredibly quick ascent. So I think the story with him, yeah, so what it actually talks about that, it says, unlike some of his prodigious colleagues, some of whom start very young. I mean, even in other sports, people like Tiger Woods, I think he started, his dad used to teach him golf when he was about 2. He'd actually sit him in a high chair, and he himself, Earl Woods, would hit balls into a simulator. So the kid is like there, Tiger is there, watching him hit balls. So he's assimilating that knowledge at a very, very young age. But of course, we've had great players who've learnt slightly later than that. So the wonder kid from Argentina did not start playing at 4 and 5. It was only by chance he began trying his hand at online chess during the pandemic in 2020. He was 7 years old then. At 8, he was already the highest rated under 10 player in the world. Well, that's an incredible rate of achievement. In 1 year to actually be the best player in the world for your age group is just phenomenal. His father Alejandro, son of chess aficionado Luis, so his grandfather was a very keen chess player. His son Alejandro also played chess, taught him the basic rules. It's clear they're witnessing something extraordinary. Soon he joined the Coluco Torre Blanca Chess Club, established in 1972. and would end up working with Jorge Rosito, an experienced trainer, and I am from Mar del Plata, which I think is a famous region of Argentina. It might be famous for wine growing, but I'm not sure. Alejandro is well aware of his son's intellectual abilities, but was nevertheless flabbergasted by his speedy chess ascent. From an early age, we knew that Faustino was an alert boy, for example, was able to solve the Rubik's Cube in less than 2 minutes. Things like that. We never could imagine the incredible talent he would surprise us with. His natural genius for understanding the royal game was nothing short of perplexing. An only child, Faustino is receiving full support from his parents. Romina and Alejandro, both professional accountants. Their parents are happy to see their kid develop so quickly, but also cautious regarding the burden they might put on his shoulders. Romina told Carlos Hilado in an interview for Infobay, "We want to go step by step. We have to see what happens with the changes in age." Although for now he's planning to keep focused on chess in the future. Yeah, he still plays football, goes out with friends and likes to watch series and listen to music on the radio. He doesn't really like reports about him because they make him feel embarrassed. In January he told us he would like to become a FIDE master this year, and 2 tournaments later he'd already won a title. So phenomenal talent basically, there's not much to say. Very, very bright by the sounds of it as well. We know Bobby Fischer had a very high IQ. You know, is chess a unique talent? Does someone like this Faustino have a unique talent? It sounds like he's just a super bright kid who happens to play chess. He's learned chess, which is something that he finds stimulating. He probably gets bored by a lot of things, as highly bright individuals often do. But chess somehow doesn't bore him because it's too hard to solve. Like, you can solve the Rubik's Cube in 2 minutes, but nobody's ever solved chess. Probably will be solved fairly soon by computers, but you know, that's another issue. I mean, that's another question. Do people coming into chess maybe get put off by the amount of computer theory there is now? You know, when I was first getting into chess, there wasn't this obsession with computers. There wasn't this feeling that chess could be solved soon. So it would seem fresh and exciting. But whether that's the case now, you know, when you see someone like Magnus who's decided not to play the World Championship anymore, the younger players look at that and think, maybe I don't want to go into chess. Yeah, it's an interesting question. Alan Pichot, the 4th highest rated player in Argentina, he's now gone to Spain, that's correct. I had this to say about Ora. I'm amazed at the flexibility with which he plays the openings. Faustino won't have much trouble reaching Grandmaster, that's more than obvious. From Master, obvious, different game. From Grandmaster onwards, a different game again. Exactly, I completely agree with that. I think he could probably get to Grandmaster just purely on natural talent. With players like that, like Magnus as well, but put into that category, Kasparov, they were so talented, it was inevitable they were going to become Grandmaster. It's just a question of how much they improve after that. Yeah, and I think recently he got a 2450 rating at... we got any of his games. He won this game. Let's have a look at this game. Maybe we can just use the arrows. Oh, here we go. With black in this game. He's playing against Slomka. Knight c6, good move. d6, very direct. e5, good move, yeah. Knight e6, so you're aiming for his d4 square. That's another thing I think that really like super talents stand out is they always kind of have a very good feel for where the pieces belong. You know, very rarely that they play badly. So Queen e4, and then yeah, already. I mean, I would say if I was black here, I'd be slightly concerned about moves like Knight b5. No, hang on, that just drops a piece. What am I talking about? What about Bishop e? That's what he plays, right? Bishop e3, yeah. I guess he could have considered bishop d3, but then maybe even knight f3 was a move. Yeah, so, okay, went bishop e3, which is probably not that bad a move. F5, excellent move. F4, yeah, very, very direct. Queen g6, yeah. Bishop c2 winning the exchange. And already black is technically winning. If you take here, then maybe queen c2 is a problem. F3, very direct again. Yeah, I mean, it is just remarkable, in my opinion, for a 10-year-old player to be 2300. It's just ridiculous. We've seen this before in chess, but it's still hard to get your head around. You know, and stronger than 2300. I think that maybe this was played when he was 9, right? Were there any other games that we saw? Okay. Did we have that game? Is it? Here we go. Here's the game, right? Okay. Let's turn off the eval bar and try and work out where it went wrong, and then. Okay. Let me hide the moves. We can't seem to hide the moves because it's already got. Well, I've got went wrong. Yeah, I think actually here, yeah, I should have just taken the pawn. Because he went a6, so we kind of got a Catalan position. And I mean, as soon as I played a3, I was like, you know, I kind of regretted it, and I thought I should have gone knight takes c4. However, what is the machine saying here? Knight e3, yeah. Yeah, so why not knight e5, bishop e7 anyway, right? Yeah, and then black's fine. But knight e3, if you go bishop b7, it's even giving b3. Wow, that's crazy. And then c5, and then you go d5. Because actually you're controlling this square very well on c, because your knight's on e3 and c3. Yeah, so it's actually quite tricky for black to hold the position in a good way. So that was careless. And a3 was quite a bad move. And he went knight d3. c5 was an excellent move. Obvious, but excellent. Yeah, I think I was just thinking quite badly here, because obvious now that e5 is a good move, right? Should we turn the engine? How do you hide the moves? No. I want to hide the moves. Is there any way I can hide the moves? Oh, we can get rid. Oh, we get rid of details. Yeah. So I took, but yeah, e5 was much better. Oh god. Oh no. So we got all this. Yeah, a3, not a terrible move by any stretch of imagination. She said that was wrong actually. Why was it taken wrong? Oh, maybe bishop e3, because yeah, when you got more time to think, like in a classical game, you know, I'll probably consider bishop e3, because you think, well, actually, I'm just going to take the pawn next move anyway. And then I would stop him going c5 or discourage it. You know, he's probably not going to go c5 and just lose the pawn. Although he would then defend the pawn with a queen, but I don't think c5 is a good move here. Maybe b5 is a good move, but then you have to worry about e5. So that would have been better probably, but I took. Yeah, this I thought h6 was a very good move, and it shows maturity that you're just going h6. You're taking a lot of players would have panicked and just gone bishop d6 immediately. So what impressed me about this game was the maturity that he showed. Like, it never felt like he was rushed or hurried. And, you know, you play some younger players and they have a tendency to panic a little bit. Yeah, I should have gone bishop f4, I think, here probably was a better move. I went rook e1, not a terrible move. Yeah, that was also a bad move. What would be a better move here? Should we play a guessing game? What's a better move here? It's a bit boring if you just look at the engine. Not bishop f4. I don't like bishop f4. It's an interesting idea, but I don't like it. I did look at queen f3, but the problem was queen f3. I thought you could go bishop d4 and then you just go back again, so you lose tempo. Or queen e3, but then you're going to go rook e8. Start losing time with the queen. So given that knight e4 is not the best move, I mean, it's possible that I could simply play something like a4. It was maybe better. Maybe bishop d2, maybe h3. It's very hard to say. I don't really understand this position. I'll be honest with you. h3 makes some sense, but then he's going b5, right? So maybe thinking prophylactically, you go a4, but then he goes knight g4 maybe, and then tries to come into e5. But then you go knight e4. So let's say he went here. Maybe now you just slowly unravel. I must admit, I don't understand this position. So we'll check in a minute what you're supposed to play. But I went here, I didn't like that move as soon as I played it, actually. I missed bishop f5. Again, very simple move. When you see these super talents, they often make chess look simple. Just simple moves, right? As soon as, wow, of course, bishop f5, you know, I'm looking at knight e4, which is not a terrible move either. Just take the knight. It's not a terrible move just to take either. Black's fine. But bishop f5, much simpler, you know, super talent. Knight takes, queen f3, decent move. Rook e8, again, good move. Bishop f4 style move, yeah, not a bad move at all, because now I've got a threat. So he realised the threat, he went back, good move. So we're playing a high level game. h4, good move. h5, decent move. Yeah, not the best. Maybe something like rook e3 here, just stack on the e-file, just try and bring the rook to e1 was better. Yeah, that's what the engine was saying, yeah, rook e3. That's kind of cheating there, so I think I'd had seen that. The queen c3 is not terrible, but yeah, it's just... Now he's starting to gain an attack on the queen side. Like, I'll just go c4 and then cut off this pawn. So it's a question of whether this d pawn is weak or strong. I would say in this position, because he's blockading so well, it's more weak than strong. But not completely clear. b3. I actually was looking at the line queen a3. B takes. Queen c3. Rook c3. b4. And if rook b3, then a5. But maybe very unclear position. You start going c5, bishop c2, rook b2, b3, c6, a4, d6, a3, d7. You know, it starts just getting out of control. And maybe it might even be good for white, because my pawns are landing on the 7th rank. His pawns are also coming out. Maybe some kind of weird draw, but I don't think you need to go. And I like the move again. It shows the maturity. He just simply goes, he doesn't get involved in that line. He just goes bishop d3. Very clever. And now I'm fishing around. I realise I'm technically worse. And again, very good move. Threatening rook e2. This kid is just seriously good. I'll make a prediction now. He could be challenging for the top titles in chess by the age of 16. We could be looking at the first 16-year-old world champion. Why not? It's so much easier now to become good at a very young age. You could be challenging the top players in the world in Not in, 8 years' time, but in 4 or 5 years' time. And I must admit, when I look at the young generation now, and you're looking at people like Pragananda, Kayama, Aragazzi, Gukesh, Abdul Sattarov, Firouzja, so many players, but they're all the same, aren't they? They're all the same. They're all like much of a muchness. We are looking for the next dominant player. Could this kid be the next dominant player? The next player who's going to be like Magnus, but like better than Magnus. Is better than Magnus. I think we're looking at a player who's better than Magnus. Bishop e4 again, excellent move, threatening Queen f3, just star chess. And now I was flapping on short time. And I decided to go into technically worse position. Worse endgame. So I was looking at lines like Rook c4, Queen f3, Rook e4, but you don't get enough. I was looking at moves like Rook c3, maybe Rook c3, but it just looked so scary to play, I didn't like it. So I went there, actually it doesn't like that. I should just go back, yeah. I thought if I go back he takes. I take, he goes Rook e2. I didn't like that, but it's better. I still got the d-pawn, maybe I can go Queen c5. Yeah, stupid, I should just go here, it's probably a draw. Now I realise I'm in trouble because I'd seen this earlier and I thought, well, if I take, he goes Rook c8. But I thought maybe I can just hold this anyway. But he played it really well. And actually this position's also maybe close to a draw. But hard to play for white. The problem is actually my pawns aren't that great. Normally here where his king's cut off a little bit, he shouldn't be able to win. So probably objectively should be a draw, but I was short of time. And he played it pretty well. And this is where I panicked. I should just do something, anything like Rook a6 or something. Rook a6 would be a draw, I think. Rook a6, because if he comes here, you go check, and if he starts coming up, you munch g6. Then he has Rook d4, Rook a4 though. So actually not so simple. Unless you go to f5 and then try to give up the rook for the pawn somehow. But that wouldn't be enough. So I'm not sure. Anyway, I very quickly lost the game and that was that. And by the end he was winning on time and position. Yeah, so that was that. But yeah, when you look at the... there were a couple of moments there, weren't there? Like... I probably didn't play a great game, but still, yeah, it's still very impressive what he's doing at that age. Yeah, so this was a key position, right? Yeah, and just something sly like Bishop d2 is much better. What about my a4 suggestion? Not terrible. And if he goes here, then knight e4, right? Yeah. So Bishop d7 and equality. Yeah, that was a poor move. And then... still, the game was pretty much equal for a long time. Just the fact that he was a little bit ahead on the clock. Yeah, this is why I should go Bishop g2, or even Queen a4 is a move. I'm worse, but I can hold. Now I'm a lot worse. He should have gone Rook e1 first, but easy to miss. Yeah, if you Rook c8, but just hold, and then bring the king. If you quickly bring the king to c5 and b4, it's winning. So we went Rook c8, and then if I go Bishop b5, just King f8, King e7, King d6, King c5. Yeah, and this is a draw. But I had no time, and I panicked. Yeah, just go Rook. Yeah, just wait, actually. Like here. The funny thing is, if you do this, I think you're actually losing, right? I thought you were actually losing because... No. What was I thinking? I was thinking some sort of weird move. No, still a draw. Yeah. So basically, just check him a lot. Just keep checking him. It's a draw. Why am I going king? What did I play? No, this is what I was saying. Like, if I'd have gone rook a6, and he goes king here, and I go check, and he goes here, and I go check, and he goes here. Now, if I take, he wins by rook b. Oh, I thought this was winning. It is after king e3, rook a4, because then you get behind the pawn. If you take... now you have to rook d6. Very important move. And if he goes check here, check. There's only one way to draw. Wow. Check. Is this draw? That's crazy. If this is a draw, that's crazy. Like here. Let's say here. This can't be a draw, surely. No, it's catching up. It thinks it's winning. Yeah, this doesn't look like a draw at all. and if I go rook c1, I presume it rook c6. It didn't make any difference, right? No, it just takes a while to catch up. So yeah, I haven't reinvented the wheel or reinvented the Rubik's cube. That rook and pawn endgame is lost. But yeah, I don't need to go into that. I can play differently and then it can be a draw, but obviously I didn't have any time. And I lost the game, deservedly. And, yeah, so the interesting thing about this kid is Puzzle Rush Best is 51, not bad. Puzzles is 43.90, which is crazy. Blitz, very impressive. His Bullet is 29.10, which is, again, very, very high. But what's he going to be like in, 10 years' time? 33, when he's 20. How good is he going to be then? He's going to be scary good, I think. He's going to be like the best chess player ever. Better than Magnus. So that's my prediction. The next super world champion is Faustino Oro. All these passes like Gukesh, Pragananda, Abdul Sattarov, Mishra, and so on. They'll have their day in the sun, and then Faustino will come along and blow them all away. But there could be somebody even younger than him, or around about the same age that he is. That's the thing about chess. You big up these prodigies, somebody else comes along. And so the biggest danger to him is somebody else, probably. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video, and so on. Yeah, youngest player to achieve FM title by points in chess history. Could see some very exciting things by this very mature young player over the next few years. Very exciting to see.